What if the greatest lie we've ever been told is that we are in control? What if the moment you think you are steering your own ship, you've already drifted into the invisible currents of your own distractions? The mind, your most precious tool, has been hijacked. What if you've been enslaved by your own thoughts, drowning in an ocean of fragmented moments running endlessly in place? What if, in your relentless pursuit of brilliance, you've missed the one thing that matters the most, the focus to act, to live with intention, to create with purpose? Time, that elusive river that slips through our fingers as we gaze into the abyss of endless possibilities. You feel it slipping away, don't you? Every day is filled with tasks, to-do lists, but underneath it all, something more significant is missing. You try to catch it, but the harder you chase it, the more it eludes you. This is the cruel trick. The more you think you know, the less you see. You've become a brilliant prisoner in your own mind, deceived by the very intelligence that was supposed to set you free. You're busy being busy, but you are not living. Have you ever stopped to wonder why? Einstein warned us not in riddles, but in the quiet spaces between his equations. He saw the tragedy of the talented, the curse of the gifted, and how the finest minds, like yours, are condemned to a life of perpetual mediocrity. It's not the lack of potential that's the problem. It's the distraction of endless potential. What is it that holds you back from greatness, from breaking free? It's the subtle deceit of infinite choices, the illusion that you have all the time in the world, yet are paralyzed by the weight of every possible direction. This is the quiet agony of modernity, a trap built not of walls but of open doors. Each new possibility dilutes your sense of self. Each new idea pulls you further from your center. You are surrounded by infinite distractions that pretend to feed your hunger for knowledge, for meaning, for connection, but in reality, they steal your very life force, drain your energy, suffocate your potential, and no one talks about it, because the system doesn't want you to wake up. The system thrives on your distraction, but it's time to wake up. What if you could reclaim that energy? What if you could cut through the noise and see clearly, with the eyes of a man who knows where he's going? What if this moment, this realization, is the spark that will ignite the fire you've been waiting for all along? The truth is simple yet devastating. You've been stuck because you've been taught to be stuck. Now, it's time to unlearn, to see the truth that only those who dare to look beyond the surface will ever find. Time, what is it really? A stream of seconds that slip through your fingers, never to return yet always present, always pushing you forward, demanding that you keep up. But do you? Do you feel it, this weight of time pressing against your chest, forcing you to move, to do, to be, yet never truly living? Do you know what it's like to look at your own hands and wonder where they've been, what they've built, what they've touched? Have you ever felt deep in your bones that something has slipped through the cracks? A purpose, perhaps, that was always yours to claim. A purpose that the world, or maybe even you yourself, has ignored. You tell yourself that the next day will be different, that the next moment will hold the key, but it never does. You wake up to the same fleeting hours, drowning in distractions, while the truth watches from a distance, quiet, invisible. You have become a spectator in your own life, a prisoner of endless possibilities, never truly grasping any of them. You tell yourself that one more hour of work will bring you peace, but it never comes. You've forgotten how to exist in time, to feel it, to mold it, to bend it to your will. Instead, you watch it slip away, unnoticed. What is this life then? Is it only a collection of days? Or is there something deeper beneath the surface, something that calls to you from the shadows of your own potential? Something that asks you, quietly but persistently, why you've allowed yourself to become lost in the noise, why you've traded your most precious gift, your mind, for the endless clamor of distraction. Why have you allowed yourself to fade into mediocrity when you were born for greatness? And the greatest tragedy, you don't even realize it. You only feel the dull ache of something missing. But the answer remains just out of reach, hidden beneath the weight of all your unspoken fears. What if you were meant to live differently? What if your time could be a canvas, your thoughts a brush? What if the silence between each fleeting moment could speak to you, offering the answers you so desperately seek? Would you hear it? Or would you, like so many others, drown it out in the noise of modern life? Do you hear it? The cry of your own soul, aching for recognition, for purpose, the echo of a man who has forgotten how to listen. Do you hear the silence now? You think it's the work that matters, don't you? The constant striving, the hustle, the endless grind. Yet what is this work, this endless pushing, really doing? Does it make you feel alive, or is it merely a sedative, a distraction from something deeper, something more profound? The truth, if you dare to face it, is that most men have forgotten the difference between work and purpose. Work is what keeps the world moving, but purpose is what keeps you alive. Do you feel the difference? In every task you perform, in every fleeting achievement, do you feel yourself getting closer to something greater? Or do you just feel the weight of time pressing on your chest? The quiet panic of realizing that this is it. This is all there is. A series of tasks empty of meaning. And yet you keep moving, don't you? You keep telling yourself that someday, you will find your purpose. But it's a lie, isn't it? Because deep down you know it's not the task that's the problem, but the way you approach it. You've replaced purpose with distraction, and now you're stuck. The distraction calls to you in the form of fleeting pleasures. A conversation, a phone call, a video, a scroll. Each one a sedative to numb you from the truth you can no longer bear to face. The moments you could have spent creating, thinking, feeling, are now consumed by the constant noise. It's a silent violence, really. A violence you don't even notice because it comes dressed in the guise of productivity, of progress, of activity. But you know it. You feel it in your bones, in the hollow space inside you where your purpose should be. A man consumed by distraction is a man who has lost himself. Can you hear the whisper of truth now? Or have you drowned it out too? The truth that the life you're living is not the life you were meant to lead. The truth that all the knowledge in the world is meaningless if it is not put to use. The truth that your intellect, your gift, is being wasted, diluted by the very things you choose to surround yourself with. And, the worst part, you're aware of it. You know you're wasting it. But the distractions keep you just busy enough to never truly confront it. Time, again, is slipping through your fingers. And you are letting it. Do you know what it feels like to be invisible? Not in the way you think. Not in the way where you're lost in a crowd or overlooked by others. No, this is a deeper invisibility. It's the kind that creeps in when you realize that no matter how loud you speak, no matter how many ideas you share, no one is truly listening. It's the terrifying recognition that your voice is a whisper in an empty room, a thought without form, a potential never realized. The world doesn't see you, not for who you really are. And deep down you begin to wonder if you ever were seen at all. You tell yourself that it's not important, that it doesn't matter if they see. But in your quietest moments, in the spaces where the distractions fade, do you feel it? That gnawing fear, that existential ache, the one that tells you that your brilliance, your genius, might never be noticed. What if you never make a mark? What if all the years you've spent thinking, learning, dreaming, amount to nothing more than a hollow echo in an empty space? The men before you, the ones you admire, they were seen, weren't they? Their ideas, their visions were recognized. But you feel like the world has forgotten you before you even had a chance to begin. And so you fall into the trap. You compromise. You tell yourself that perhaps it's not about greatness, not about purpose. Perhaps it's about just surviving, getting by, doing what is expected. You swap your mission for distraction. You trade your passion for the comfort of mediocrity. And the world, for a while, lets you exist in this limbo. But there's a catch. You feel it, don't you? The heaviness that grows inside. A constant reminder that you are meant for something more. That you are wasting the very brilliance you were born with. The pain of unfulfilled potential is silent, but it's there. It eats at you, a quiet, gnawing hunger. The truth that no one speaks of, the truth that is too terrifying to acknowledge, is that most men live and die without ever having truly lived. They exist in the margins, in the spaces between what could be and what is, never truly finding the courage to step into the fullness of their own potential. And the cruelest part? They never know what they missed. They never even try to see. But you feel it, don't you? The emptiness, the unsaid words, the genius that has yet to be unleashed. And there you stand, at the edge of it all, on the precipice of your own life, staring into the abyss of your unrealized potential. You know it. You feel it in your core. You were meant for something more, something greater than this ordinary, distracted existence. And yet you hesitate. Why? Why, when you know the pain of the life you've been living, do you stay here? What is it that keeps you from stepping forward, from claiming what's rightfully yours? Is it fear? Fear of failure? Fear of the unknown? Or is it something deeper, something more insidious? Perhaps it's the fear of being seen, because once you're seen, once you step into your full power, there is no turning back. The world will know you, and with it, the weight of expectation, of judgment, of the truth you've been hiding from. The fear is not of failure, but of the truth that follows success. Because with success comes the realization that you could have always been more. You could have always done more. And then you will have to face that uncomfortable, burning truth. You wasted time. You wasted brilliance. You let distractions take you away from what really mattered. This is the paradox that so many men face. They have the brilliance, the vision, the intellect to break through the barriers that hold them back. But instead, they choose the comfort of distraction. They choose to stay in the shallows, because the deep waters, the waters of purpose, of meaning, terrify them. They don't want to drown in the weight of their own potential, so they stay safe, drifting in mediocrity, never fully realizing what they were capable of. And in doing so, they betray themselves. But you are different. You feel the call, don't you? You feel the pull of something greater, something deeper. It's like a seed that has been planted deep inside you, and now it is starting to stir, to grow. You can no longer ignore it. The distraction no longer holds you as tightly as it once did. You are waking up. And with that awakening comes the realization that you have been asleep for too long, that you've allowed the world to drown out your voice, your genius, your purpose, but no more. You know what you must do now, don't you? You know the path that lies ahead. It's not easy, it won't be quick, but it is necessary. To step into the truth of who you are, to claim the brilliance that has always been yours, you must face the fear of being seen, the fear of stepping into your power, the fear of realizing just how much you have allowed to slip away. And when you do, when you finally make that choice, everything will change. And now, here you are, at the final threshold where the path splits, where the choice looms before you like an unspoken truth, heavy in the air, yet impossibly light. Do you take the step forward, or do you retreat once again into the comforts of your distractions, your false assurances, your quiet mediocrity? The choice is yours, and yet it has always been yours. You've known it all along. Perhaps you have feared it, because to make this choice is to commit, to choose the discomfort of becoming, of transforming, of waking up. In the quiet of your mind, in the stillness between breaths, you can hear the echo of a voice, not mine, not anyone else's, but your own soul, whispering a truth that has always been there waiting. You were meant for more than the noise, more than the clamor of an existence that pulls you in 1,000 directions, more than the distractions that feed you just enough to keep you from starving, but never enough to make you whole. You know deep down that you are capable of more, of greatness, of significance, of a life lived fully, with intention, with purpose, but only if you choose it. The world has lied to you, telling you that success is defined by the loudness of your voice, the number of your followers, the size of your achievements. But the truth, the quiet, burning truth, is that true success lies in the quiet spaces. It lies in the moments where you choose to put down the distractions, where you choose to step into your power, to face the fear of being seen, of being known. Only then does the world begin to see you, truly see you, not for the mask you wear, not for the titles you've collected, but for the raw, unfiltered brilliance of who you are. But it won't be easy. No, this journey will not be comfortable. It will stretch you in ways you cannot yet imagine. It will demand that you confront your deepest fears, your darkest shadows, your greatest self-doubt. But it will also free you. It will liberate you from the chains of mediocrity, of distraction, of a life that has never truly been yours. It will unlock the genius within you, the power within you, the purpose within you that has always been waiting, silent, but never gone. The time has come. You are on the edge of the great unknown, and it calls to you, pulls at your very soul. The question is no longer if you will step forward, but when. The world waits for you to make the choice. Your choice. Will you awaken from the fog of distractions, from the prison of the mind you have built for yourself, and finally step into the light of your true purpose? Or will you let the silence of unfulfilled potential haunt you forever, like a shadow that never leaves? The time, my friend, is now. The silence has spoken, hasn't it? The silence that lingers in the spaces between your thoughts, in the stillness of your heart, where the noise of the world cannot reach. And now, something stirs within you, a whisper, a movement, a shift that you cannot yet name, but you feel it. It's as if a long-forgotten truth has awakened inside you, like a seed buried deep within the earth, now beginning to push through the soil, yearning for the light. Strange, isn't it? This feeling, not quite relief, not quite fear, but something in between, something that pulls you closer to yourself, to your purpose. It's as if the fragments of your life have suddenly started to fit together, like pieces of a puzzle you never knew you were solving. And yet, they were always there. The moments of silence, the fleeting thoughts, the gnawing questions, they were all leading you here, to this moment, to this realization, that you've been searching for something outside yourself, when all along, the answer has been inside you, waiting for the right moment to rise. This is the moment. You've been seeking this truth, this awakening, without even knowing it. And now that it's here, it feels both like a revelation and a quiet, inevitable homecoming. The world told you that you needed more knowledge, more achievements, more distractions. But what if the real answer was never out there? What if it was always inside, hidden beneath the layers of self-doubt, beneath the noise of 1,000 opinions, beneath the weight of 1,000 shoulds? And as this truth begins to unravel inside you, you realize the distraction was never the problem. The real question was why you allowed it to steal your time, your life, your genius. But now you know, you see it, you feel it, and you can no longer go back. There is a kind of pain in this awakening, isn't there? A quiet, sharp ache, the pain of knowing what you could have been, the pain of realizing how much time you've let slip away, the pain of seeing your own brilliance, your own potential, held hostage by the chains of comfort, of mediocrity, of distraction. But in this pain, there is also a kind of power, a power that once you feel it, you cannot ignore. Because once you've touched the truth, once it has moved within you, it cannot be erased. It will burn quietly in the background of every thought, in every action, in every choice you make from now on. You are not the man you were yesterday. The man you are today stands at the threshold of something far greater, a life lived, not merely existed in, a life of purpose, a life where the distractions fade into the distance, and the quiet hum of your true mission becomes louder, clearer, more urgent. You can hear it now, can't you? It's not a shout, it's not a command. It's a soft invitation, a pull towards something larger than yourself, something that speaks to the very core of who you are. This is what you were always meant to hear. This is your call to rise. And yet, as this truth settles into you, you realize that it is not just a destination. It is a journey, one that demands everything you are and everything you can become. But you're ready, aren't you? You feel it now, deep within you, the hunger, the desire, the fire. You know what you must do. You are no longer content to wander in the shadows of your own life, hoping for meaning to fall into your lap. Now you will seek it. You will chase it with everything you have. You will no longer allow yourself to be a bystander in your own existence. And as you stand at this threshold, the future opens before you like a door, not wide and bright, but narrow, dim, perhaps even a little frightening. But you don't hesitate. You know what's beyond it. It's your own greatness, your own purpose. And you will walk through that door with every ounce of courage you have left. Because what you have found, what has moved inside you, is more precious than any comfort you could ever know. You will no longer let the distractions of the world steal what is yours. There is no going back. There is no undoing what has been awakened. The world may not change overnight. Your circumstances may not shift in an instant, but something inside you has changed. And from this moment forward, that shift will be felt in everything you do, in every choice you make. You are no longer just existing, you are living. If this awakens something in you, stay, like, subscribe, And let's keep decoding what the world tried to keep hidden, because the journey has just begun, and the truth, your truth, is waiting.